Like, honestly, no motivation at all. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna be for real. The week of college starting is so hectic to me. It was so hectic for me. I boom. But yeah, I know. Hi everybody. Welcome back to the Chill Girl Pod, or for short, the CGP. If you don't know me, my name is Key. If you're not new, welcome back, baby. So, um, today's episode, I want to focus on discipline because the amount of time it took me to actually come down here and put this video out, get this done, like sit down and actually record this. It was a lot of long days me just laying in the bed after finishing like homework or, you know, ugh. No. Mm-mm. But yeah, it was just a lot of long days and me just like, sitting around thinking about it, procrastinating per se, but yeah. But I want to highlight about discipline are the ups and the downs of it, the goods and the bad. We have emotions that come with like trying to harness motivation or whatever, or trying to be disciplined in your craft. Now, even though I'm just starting in my craft or starting in the podcast industry, I wanted to come in strong and I wanted to stay strong in it because I really wanted to go somewhere. I have a dream that I won't share yet, but I have a dream. Sound like Martin Luther King, but I have a dream. I have a dream today. But yeah, I had a dream. I have a goal that I'm setting. I have something that I want to accomplish, and so I'm gonna do whatever it is I need to do to get that done. And in order for me to even get to that part of my dream, I have to be disciplined and disciplined. I have to learn to. I have to be strong in discipline. So it's like setting my boundaries, keeping my boundaries, setting like discrete scheduled times, like setting up specific times to record, specific times to do my homework. Like time management is a big part of this discipline thing. And for me, I'm gonna go with the flow kind of girl, but I realize with this podcast stuff, I can't be that. I have to be very punctual, very on time. But I also want to create a vibe on the pod that's like, you just coming to chill. It's literally called the Chill Girl Pod. Like, come chill. Like, we're just gonna kick it for real. But I still want y'all to be able to take something away from every episode. Excuse me. From every episode, uh, I guess going through this past week, it's oh, going through this week. I thought my mic was off, yo. Going through this week has been like sort of a bender. Trying to juggle maintaining or like building a new social life and social networks. Starting my podcast and keeping up with it while also attending college in my sophomore year. It's been pretty hectic, and like I know this year I'm trying to, like I said in the previous episode, better my relationships with people, but also better my relationships with like work colleagues and people that like eventually could end up being on the pod or help me out, like networking. Like that's just been my like main priority outside of like maintaining my mental health. So yeah, as long as I'm staying disciplined and all that, everything should fall in place, and I'm hoping for it to fall in place. But like I said, starting college, the starting week is always going to be hectic. I got to work out my work schedule. I got to work out my homework schedule, my social life, because I'm not a boring girl. I'm not a boring girl, but I do be outside sometimes. So, um, there was a painting that I feel like can help people, or oh, mm. Take a breather. If we're talking about discipline, I also want to mention that there was this painting that I remember learning about in my creative writing class last semester, fall semester, called Blue Monday. And in the creative writing course, shout out my professor, Professor Higgs. That was my homegirl. But she was one of my favorite teachers. Even if she don't feel like she was one of my favorite teachers because she taught one of my favorite classes. Baby, I do like to write. My creative writing, I'm an English major on a creative writing track. So let's just start there. I love this class down. But in this class, there was an assignment. We had to pick 4 paintings and write 4 poems to each of the paintings based off of specific styles. I will probably list those out if I can find them, but if I can't, just know that they were 4 different styles for 4 different poems for 4 different paintings from our campus's gallery or just wherever, But I remember learning about this painting called Blue Monday. The artist of Blue Monday, her name is Annie Francis Lee. I'm sorry. I had to write it down, y'all, because, I knew about the painting, but I had to do my little research. Her name is Annie Francis Lee. She was born March 3rd, 1935, but unfortunately she passed away in 2014 on November 24th. Thanksgiving? So, this is an older person, of course, but the painting is timeless itself because I feel like the painting just it resonates with a lot of people still, especially black women. But continuing with Mrs. Lee, she died 2014 at the age of 79 on November 24th. Fun facts about my homegirl. Some fun facts about my homegirl. She attended. She got a scholarship. What I read up on. I'm sorry. Excuse me. She got a scholarship to attend Northwestern University High School, but she ended up getting married and having a family instead. But even later on in her life, she was able to further her career. Even later on in her life, I think it said at the age of 50, maybe 40 years old, around those ages, she was able to obtain her master's degree in interdisciplinary arts at the Loyola University, which I found really cool because I have a friend that attends Loyola. So it's just history and art is everywhere and it's so close, and it's why not explore that? Especially when it's beautiful pieces like Blue Monday or honorable mention, My Cup Runneth Over. These are beautiful paintings by this woman. And they're also, I read up on this article that Ann Lee, when painting, she doesn't use facial features. So in most of her paintings, especially the 2 just mentioned, Blue Monday and My Cup Runneth Over, she doesn't use facial features on either one of the silhouettes' faces, and because they're silhouette. She doesn't use any facial expressions, and she tends to exaggerate body language to get people to, or like to embody like the emotion that's supposed to be like expressed in the painting. So Blue Monday, I wanted to talk about Blue Monday because it's kind of how I felt during this week of getting ready for college and like setting everything up and being, you know, that I've been procrastinating on this episode. I need to talk about something that's gonna help me get it done. So it's just like I wanted to give y'all something authentic, something genuine, something that was actually on my heart, something I wouldn't mind talking about and could actually have something to talk about. So discipline. With discipline, there's like the good parts of discipline is like determination, resilience. You always bounce back, but there's also negatives like, procrastination or like self-doubt. You're in your head a lot when you procrastinate and when you're not disciplining like or following your I keep saying discipline and I can't keep saying that. Okay. mm. I wanted to speak about Blue Monday because I feel like it's a visual representation of the emotions that I've been feeling having to go to work as well as, school and also maintain a social life. It's been a lot. And then dealing with my own like personal emotional troubles it has been a lot, but I still get up and I do what I need to do and I'm proud of myself for that. And if you're doing that, I'm proud of you too. I'm proud of y'all, period. Because I know how hard it is. Sometimes you just lay in bed and look at the ceiling and be like, I just wish it would get done. But if God don't, be like, if God don't do it, it just won't get done. It just won't get done. Um, I'll probably put a picture of the painting in this episode, or I'll link it in the description below, somewhere you can look it up, or just go on Google and look it up. It's called Blue Monday. And yeah, I feel like in the painting, because of the blues and the different hues of blue in the painting, they definitely like highlight the sadness and like not having the motivation to get up or like just being sad about your current situation, which is normal. We're sometimes put in situations where we're not comfortable, where we don't enjoy it, where it's just like, I wish it was over right now. Like, I just wish it would just pass. Like, we all get stuck in situations like that sometimes. We all get stuck in emotional battles like that sometimes. But that's okay because you're disciplined, baby. You're disciplined, baby. You're disciplined. And even if you're not, you will be. You will be. You can be. Just practice. Practice makes perfect. It takes time to master this skill because our hearts are big. Our logic is not sometimes always there, but you live and you learn. That's the thing about growing up. You live and you learn, and you can always count on trial and error. You can always count on trial and error. You can always start over. You can always start over. So don't be scared to just, jump out there and do what you need to do. Do what you want to do. Just be a creative soul. Be a creative person. And count on yourself. Be there for yourself. Shit have just fall in the line, Shit have fall in line. Can we have like a breakdown part of this episode? I think I'm gonna do that something like it's just a chill thing. We could talk about the plain stuff that's been happening, the mundane. Ooh, I could call it mundane something. The mundane. Are we ready for the mundane? The mundane. Cheat talk. Control. I feel like, yeah, let's talk about that. Self control. I feel like in anything that you want to prosper, you have to have some form of self control. If you don't have a form of self control, if you can't decipher what needs to be done, or you can't decipher what emotion needs to be, what needs to be showcased, what doesn't need to be showcased, what, if you're just impulsive, let me just say that, because I'm just saying a whole bunch of nothing. You can't be impulsive without a plan when you're trying to make something work, per se. My personal opinion. In my personal opinion, if you want something to prosper, it has to have a discrete plan. If not a discrete plan, an outline. If not an outline, you just playing around. So it's like, please, like, if you're gonna start something, I just feel like plan it out. Take time. Actually put your time and effort into it, and it'll come to light. Resilience and discipline. Yeah, because I guess you have moments where, like I said, self-doubt, one of the negative things. It's like when you realize you're crossing your own boundaries, or you're not doing what you're supposed to do, like you feel like you're not being productive. This is me. Personally, I feel like when I'm not being productive enough, I'm wasting my talent. I'm wasting so much time doing nothing. When I have the outlets and I have the networks, I have the equipment, I have everything I need. So most of the stuff I need. I have most of what I need. So when I'm not as productive as I could be in a day, it always leads me to self-doubt. And I'll be like, well, you coulda, you shoulda. And sometimes we need to realize we can't compare ourselves to other people, and we definitely cannot, like, judge Father Time. Like, you move at your own pace, and your journey isn't going to be like everybody else's, which is why you need self-control. If you let emotions like self-doubt or procrastination or just real unhealthy thoughts about yourself, or real unhealthy like habits form, and you let it take over, you're self-sabotaging. You're sabotaging yourself so bad. And it's like, it's hard to get out of, but eventually, if you're really trying, it will come. Like, you'll feel better. You'll feel good. So just try not to stay in your head a lot. You could gain a lot. There's pride in discipline, because when we have days where we're like, okay, I'm doing a good job for myself. Da 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 da. You get prideful, right? You get proud. You're happy about it. You're like, yeah, I did this. Yeah, I did this. Yeah, I did this. Real productive. Real, yeah. You can clap it up. You can clock it. You can do all that, but I just want everybody to know that there's balance in everything. There's a positive and a negative in everything, but it's always going to be mind over matter. Mind over matter. Take that from your homegirl, who was very impulsive. I learned in my past experiences that being impulsive has done me no good. And so, like I'm saying, this year I really want to take the journey, like taking my time, being patient. So, and me being patient with myself, I'm asking people to be patient with me. So, yeah. I wanted to talk about that painting because I feel like it resonated with me a lot. It was something that like it crossed my mind one day when I was in the house, just doing some homework, or I think no, what was I doing? I was doing my nails. Yep, I was doing my nails. You can't even see them. The thought crossed my mind when I was doing my nails. It was something. The thought crossed my mind again when I was doing my nails not too long ago, maybe 3-4 days ago. But it's always been a thought in my brain that's like a what if kind of thing, instead of like actually, when it came to like setting boundaries, instead of actually like enforcing them and like making them known, I would be like, yeah, I have boundaries, and then like whatever happened, and then deal with it like that. I realized that doing that and being impulsive of how I feel and doing certain things always makes me look bad in the end. And I don't want to look bad. What? I don't want to look no type of way that's not me. I hate when things get me out my character. I really do. Because, and it's not much that can, but in the past year, there was a lot of things that got me out of character, and a lot of things that made me realize that I needed to like really hone in on myself and like talk to myself and be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, ask myself, like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? Like, I really, that realization hit a lot this year, especially since January is ending and February is coming up, the love month and the Black History Month. Makes sense that Black History is during the love month, right? Makes sense. But yeah, it was a lot of me just looking back at my situations, the situations I was in, and how bad I was struggling, how bad I was like just stressing. And I realized I don't want to be stressed out. Simply. And I feel like for you to come to that realization, you have to have gone through a lot. Because I know it's a lot of people out there, and there's some people that like is just born that way. That's just like, yeah, no, I don't want that. I'm not going. No, and it has no effect on them, I guess. But I just don't think that's possible. Like, a person with real emotion, like genuine emotion, like honest emotion. Was I talking to myself? I was talking to myself. But also, yeah, y'all know. Um, yeah. I want to talk about how TikTok, they really took TikTok for 6 hours. Y'all said y'all was gonna ban it on January 19th at 12 o'clock, 11:59 p.m. Why was it banned at 11:40? I remember going on there. I was on the phone with some. But remember going on there and this notification's popping up talking about, yeah, sorry, TikTok is temporarily banned in the state. What you talking about, Willis? It's not 11:59 yet. It's only 11:40. And now I got a problem with that because y'all lied. Y'all were too punctual. That wasn't punctual. That wasn't the correct amount of punctual that y'all need to be. Y'all should have been this shit at 12 o'clock. If you said 11:59, 12 o'clock is the cutoff. Why can I not watch my TikToks at 11:40? You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. But, we got it back. And you know I'm happy about that. We're all happy about that. I can send my TikToks freely. I thought we were going through like an apocalyptic age. I don't know. I had like a sheer panic. I was like, oh my God, we ain't got TikTok no more. Cause I recorded like a vlog recap, and I think that's because that was me trying to start another project, and I'm still like in the works with that. But shortly coming, I'm thinking about starting a vlog channel or something. I don't know. Yeah, I had started a video on the TikTok. I'm recording my video on the TikTok, and they tell me that they about to take the TikTok. What I'm gonna do? And then they took the cap cut. Oh baby, I was done. There would be no more part. Oh man, not until I like mastered like editorial skills. Like, nope. Nope. What else has happened? Y'all how you die?